We're now 10 years into Open Farm Sunday. It's a fantastic event. 400 farms throughout the UK opening their gates on this very sunny day. I think it's wall-to-wall sun from Kent, Hampshire, Cornwall, right up into Scotland. So here at Leckford, Leckford Estate is a Leaf Marque certified farm and a leaf demonstration farm. So what Leckford is demonstrating here is how farmers are improving and enhancing the environment for the benefit of wildlife and biodiversity.
Oh, what a fantastic day. I mean, look at the weather and look at the amount of people we've got here. We couldn't have asked for anything better, so I'm delighted. There's plenty going on the farm today. We're operating out of the two sites, so for those of you that don't know the estate, we operate in Leckford Village and also Longstock Village, and the River Test runs through the middle. This side of the estate, we've got lots going on around the dairy today, so we've got the combines and the crops team. We've got people that we work with, so Stonegate, who are our egg producer on this farm. And we've also got Leaf here, which are a really important part of today. And in fact, today is all about really driving that awareness of our relationship between the environment and farming. And so a lot of what we're doing today is very much around that. On the Longstock side of the estate, we've got a number of things around some of the other things we do on the estate, such as conservation. There's a stand there around bees, and RSPB are there. We've also got some stuff around fly fishing, of which we have a fantastic stretch of the River Test.
It's got a carbon fibre rod, a modern sort of kit.
And so it's really just an opportunity for everyone to see everything that we do on the estate and to get a sense of the fact that we really do want to embrace the community that's around us, and to also tell the story about how we farm, which is as much about what we produce as the environment and conservation story that sits around it.
I am Olivia Mazzy. I am Stone Curlew Project Assistant for the RSPB. I spend my time looking for, monitoring, surveying stone curlews in the Wessex countryside. It's Open Farm Sunday here on the Leckford Estate, where we have 2 stone curlew plots and hopefully some stone curlews breeding, which is fantastic. And it's just a great opportunity for us to talk to the public, tell them what we do about the stone curlew, which is a very regional bird, and how wonderful the farmers are in the area, basically, how we work with them, how they're very positive and want to save this very iconic special bird.
Hi, I'm Austin Jacobs. I'm here from the Waitrose Head Office Bee Club. Today we've brought a hive on tour from our little bee garden at Jubilee House at Bracknell. So what we've got on this comb is a honeycomb that we took out on Friday, raw and fresh from the hive. Around the outside, the bees have actually completed sealing over the finished honey that is there and stored for the winter, and that's why it's got that white capping. Lower down it's not quite complete yet, and so it's still open and the nectar's still being processed. Nonetheless, everyone's happy tucking into it, finished or unfinished.
I'm Glyn Evans. I'm chairman of the John Speed and Lewis Trust. Speed and Lewis was the founder of John Lewis Partnership, and when he retired from the partnership, the partners gathered together some money and formed a trust to continue his interest in natural history at Leckford. And for the past 50 years or so, we've been collecting information about all sorts of natural history at Leckford. We do bird surveys, butterfly surveys, and today I'm particularly looking at moths, and we're at the event at Longstock Park, Open Farm Sunday, and I've got a collection of moths that we caught last night in a moth trap at Leckford. Just here we've got the privet hawk moth, which is the largest of the British moths, and that's been of particular interest to a lot of our visitors today, because a lot of people don't realise just how many moths are flying about during the night time. Here, not just here at Leckford, but almost in any gardens in southern England. And there are a variety of colourful hawk moths and large ones like this one.
I'm from Stonegate. We supply Waitrose with all of their egg, be it goose, duck, turkey, hen's eggs, a whole range of varieties that consumers, I hope, will enjoy. Personally, I look after the Leckford farm, where we have 12,000 layers. They're free range British blacktail. We also have around the country a further 200 farms where we look after and advise the production on free range and organic.
So what we've got here is that's a demonstration of sort of some of the kit we use on the river. We've got the weed cutting boat here, which cuts water too deep for us to get into, so we can cut the weed there. We've got an eel pot off the old eel pot bridge. The eel pot bridge, as you see it now, has a mock-up of how it used to be set up. There used to be a whole series of these set up in a frame in a wet, windy night, possibly like October, November, when there's no moon. The eels start to run to the sea. They go down to the sea to spawn. They go right across the Sargasso. So they used to try and intercept them on their migratory journey. The end of this was banged up with a big wad of straw. This was all slid down in the water, no gaps in between. The eels coming downstream would go into here, and the same principle as a crab pot, they'd get stuck in the back half. In recent times, the eel population has taken a massive decline. So 10 years ago, it was decided that we would no longer catch eels on the test, and Waitrose weren't going to put their name to anyone catching eels, so we stopped our licence and we haven't caught an eel since. When we can get in the water to cut the weed, we use a scythe. The nets we use for the fish farming side of the operation. So we net up the fish farm ponds with a big seine net, then use the smaller nets to move them about. So this is just some pictures of what we get up to on the riverbank and the management systems we use. In the middle is a fairly dramatic shot of us burning a reed bed just to keep the weeds out of the reeds. So we tend to burn on a patchwork quilt sort of effect, a little bit every year if we can. Then we go on to the hatchery side of it. So I've got trout eggs, we can just see that it lies in there. And that's just a picture of a seat on beat 9 in last year's floods, when you couldn't actually see the bank from the river.
Basically what we've got over here is all our mushroom compost that we use to produce phase 3 compost, which is the compost that we use for ourselves into our mushroom farm. We then take this compost, which is given to us twice a week, and we put it into what you call the filling process, and the filling process is where we have 4 personnel which normally put in the compost and add the casing on top of it. 14 days later, from the time we filled, we will get what you call the mushroom. That is then harvested into all the punnets that we use for Waitrose. At the end of this whole cycle, which roughly takes 6 weeks, we have what you call the spent mushroom compost. And that is what we use and we sell at our farm shop. And the spent mushroom compost is very good for conditioning soils, for your veggie patches and areas like that, and any herbaceous borders that you might have. What we're also giving away here today at Open Farm Sunday is the take a bag home and grow it yourself in your kitchen, okay, together with 2 lots of recipes.
We're here to explain to people about the benefits of Leckford wheat and the Leckford flour that we make, and trying to encourage particularly children to understand that their breakfast probably has come from the wheat and the cereals that they've seen from here. We're also pleased that we're able to work with Leaf, because all of this Leckford flour is Leaf approved. And on Open Farm Sunday, what a better day to present it than this.
Hi, my name is Heather, and I run a project called Be the Change. What we're trying to do is to connect community to nature through bee conservation. So we're trying to reconnect, re-engage with what's important in sustainability, and hopefully by demonstrating why the bees are in decline, reasons like pesticides, monoculture, unsustainable farming methods, the hope is that patterns will change, and we hope that by advocating natural beekeeping, putting the bees first, and advocating organic farming, that hopefully the pollination crisis can be halted, and more of a sustainable future can be achieved.
Okay, so we're here at Open Farm Sunday today, looking at these amazing plants, these beautiful bees. So we're here with Friends of the Earth, and part of Waitrose's Open Farm Sunday, and we've been having an amazing time. We've just come off the back of the Great British Bee Count, which we partnered with on Waitrose, which has been fantastic. And the British public were amazing because they spotted over 100,000 bees, which has been incredible. So we're going to see in a few weeks' time the results from that, and hopefully, oh, there's another bee. We're going to see how bees are doing in the UK, and we really hope that because people have been taking note of what's happening in their garden and taking note of what's happening with bees generally, that we can build beautiful flowers like this that will really help bees, because bees need the habitat. And we'd just like to say an absolutely massive thank you to Waitrose for supporting this year's Great British Bee Count.